I'm using this Mars Black Deep Red and Medium Yellow, and I'm just going to put a blob of each of the colours onto my piece of cardboard and then smear it around. I'm making some little shelves for some of my little potion bottles, and I've gone across 1.5 centimeters by 4.5 centimeters and up by 1.5 centimeters, and the height of this one is 8 centimeters, and I've just painted it in that brown color. And for my other shelf, I've got 1 centimeter on all the sides, and the height of this one is 4.5 centimeters, and the length of this one is 8 centimeters, and I'm just painting them all in that same brown. And for this one, I've just cut the strips of 1 centimeter, which are the shelves, which I'm going to be painting the same color brown. And for the other one, the shelf size is 1.5 centimeters, and once again just paint all those. So this one is getting 3 shelves and that one's getting 4. I rescued all these tiny little pieces from an old amplifier, and when I cut them out I left a small bit of wire sticking at the top like that, so that I can just bend them over to make like a little handle on the top of the pots. So I got a whole heap of different sizes. So I've got some nice size ones like that. These really tiny ones. Some of these beautiful ones. Some slightly larger ones. So these are going to be on all the little shelves that I'm making at the moment. I glued all my shelves in, and as you can see the bottles are different sizes, so I've glued them according to the size of each of my little bottles. And now I'm just going to glue them all in. I'm making these shelves in the style of a spice rack. I've poked a hole in the middle of my shelf because that's where the light comes through from the wall. And I'm using these tiny little toothpicks and these little beads because my toothpicks are not quite long enough to go from side to side. So I'm going to be joining them in the middle with one of these little beads. So I'm just taking 2 toothpicks at the pointy side and putting them and pushing them together through the little beads so it'll hold them like that. I've got my toothpick lined up like that, and as you can see these are really small, and that's why I'm going for this particular style. And now I'm just going to trim them off and glue them in there. I've got my little shelves that I've done with all my little bottles in, and I've just written potions for that I'm going to be gluing on the top of that one, and on this one I've just written elixir. We're going to glue those all in place. I've got one of our little potion cabinets that I made, which I'm going to be placing into the left hand side. Thank you so much for watching.